days. University need to, they're a very good thing that they are doing. So we also need to learn certain things from them. And we have best of the faculty members as compared to them. They own few of the faculty members for a few years just because they want to, maybe show to the world, and then they will kick them out. That's the model how private university operate in India. But yes, for a few years, they get their ranking high because their index goes towards them only. So that's what we do to counter and deal with them.
Talk about the branding and marketing here.
Yes, we'll talk about that, and I think that is what I think is on our mind also. We will work rigorously on that now.
Does that will improve your?
Yeah, so you can see these are the technology that has been transferred from the pharmacy. Pharmacy is the best performing department of the university and in top 3 of the country also. See these products which are already there in the market. And I think one of our faculty members earns royalty in crores from the products. So that they are taken it like that also. Yes. So this madam, she is having the highest patents. Last year we were granted 43 patents. Granted. The last we are talking about the published patents, but 1 year we got 43 patents. And what is not important that now the CIPP and tech, we are giving liberal grants for the faculty able to write patents. Providing them, there is center policy research. We carry out number of such sessions where how to file patents, fund the patents, your legal issues they are also taken up. So these are things which are slowly moving. The consultancies that is being given, it is major only. There are many. If we have a dedicated site from CIPP, you just go to there and for very first page you will find, I think 50 odd or 70 odd problems of industry. We ask students to take up those problems, and if they do it, many of them are also getting grants, and they are also incentivized. So that is how we make a part of the project also the students. This I think cluster that we have here, we are working with educational research, medical engineering industries around Chandigarh. So this is the advantage that we have where we can share the resources. I think I was shared that 15-20 days back we got a project where I am a part of that 10 crores of grant. That is along with IIT Roper. So that's a very, we're working on the materials and energy also. So that's how I think this cluster it helps us a lot. And then the strategy under NEP. So I think we have all those strategies that we are going to adopt, particularly strengthening our industry and alumni connect also. That is one of the agenda that we have set up. These are the grants, I think, I'm highlighting few of them. Innovation centers that we have set up over there, the best of the machines. I think we also talk about the drones technology. Dr. Verma is again looking after that part also. The GYAN program, I think we were talking about, where we invite faculty, Indian origin faculty from the world. You can come and spend a month or a week time, talk about his own research. All expenses are taken care by the government. This sort of exchange that is allowed, the facilities being given by the funding agencies. So the faculty exchange takes place, like one of my students is doing postdoctoral fellowship at Parveen University these days. So we also have a joint project with them. So there are certain, if you talk about individual, I think each and every one of them is having certain collaboration with some of the universities. So this is how individual MOUs and institutional level MOUs are taking place. Sports, you see this the Maka Trophy that we are winning. We also got the Khelo India 2023 position in the country. Now, 2020 we are the winner, Khelo India winner. Whole India university winners. 23 also Khelo India winners. So India, Panjab University is doing extremely very well as far as sports is concerned. Now this year, it went to Lovely Professional University. What they do, they manage it,
They buy the students.
They buy the student, the cricketers, they are made the students. I think this is how manner that is done. We cannot do that. We cannot offer them the fellowships and money like that. So there we lack, and these are all sort of unethical practices that they adopt. But yes, despite that, I think we are in top 3 at least. We do not go beyond that as far as sports is concerned in Panjab University.
Marketing this?
Yes, yeah.
Not like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to really maybe.
Just like you heard
Yesterday.
Mator talked about yesterday.
Yesterday, yes, that's
That when she, NBA and whatnot, not NBA, the Cougars and whatnot, they got about 50 planes of alumni flying over to watch the games. You got more students, so
yes.
you should be having oodles of people watching.
The issue, you see, that is what the difference in the culture here. I think nobody bothers about this market of yes over there. Yes, the students who are in the sports field, sports is not seen as a career till date. That's a big issue. Here, I think you have a lot of opportunity. I think I was told the best, highest paid person is from the sports background in Houston, I think. Sir, you were talking about? Somebody, we got the highest.
Starting, the very first thing they did, hire Carl Lewis as in a sports.
Yeah.
And he had won, I don't know, 100 yards, 200 yards, 400 yards, and long jump twice in Olympics, gold medals. So what I'm going to say, she brought the name brand, saying, hey, I have hired, so she can attract the best.
The issue, that's the issue. I
She
think.
has done some for Nobel laureates also, she has Nobel laureates to be there. Same as
See-
Levinson, he hired, they were ranking 25 in chemical engineering. He hired Neil Evanson, it jumped to number 13.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
that's
very
why
short.
just got one person, you know.
So I think yes, we need to maybe find out certain ways because we are bound by certain guidelines. We cannot have that money to offer them. For example, Chennai University hired some of the players from Hockey India. So the national player, they are part of they show that they're alumni. So that's how the brand. We cannot offer them anything.
No, you may not be able to, but you can hook up with some of the corporate world to support you, who will say, hey, we are with Panjab University and
Yes, that's a good idea, I think.
something like
Yes,
that,
yes,
you know.
yes.
And people,
Yeah.
corporations will love that.
Okay, fine. I think these are some, the SWOT analysis that we carry out. If you see the sun, I think the highest H index that we have in physics, top 2%, faculty, 32 members are there. And there's another more now, 43 this year. So these are, we have our own radio stations, edu center. These are the strengths of the universities. Yes, the weaknesses, involvement of CSR funds, we don't tapped it adequately. Then foreign students is also one of the criteria for evaluation and ranking. And if you see Chennai University, they have hire people from Nigeria and all African countries, where we lack, no doubt. So they provide the facilities, they provide the scholarship also. I think that is where I think we are handicapped. We cannot offer them those sort of scholarship. Yes, they charge money, offer them special rooms, etc. So these are some difficult that we face, and that makes a difference as far as ranking is concerned.
You don't list the amount of resource you have in the alumni organization,
I think yes.
right? And also, we heard this morning, University of Houston spends $15 million budget. I'm not saying you have to spend it, and they have 140 full-time people. And so my question
Corpus
is
is not that big for you.
No, what I'm saying is we have to go slow, but I'm kind of curious as to what is your staffing level, dedicated staffing level?
It's
I think-
7.
I think Madam, she was dean earlier. I thought you.
So there are 7 people working with the dean alumni relations, but they are all
They're full-time employees?
They are multitask staff. I think
I think
2 are
the
working
CEO we have
full-time.
hired
That's a problem.
this year I think there is a CEO
Only
that
2 are full-time. Yes, CEO they've hired. I don't know what the
he
qualifications
has
are.
been doing now. There's a person who is MBA is the background, so he's looking after alumni.
Full-time?
Yes, full time.
You talk about PU now.
No, he is
No,
PU.
contractual.
PU.
He's
And the DSAT,
contractual staff.
how much resource do we have in DSAT? Dedicated.
Started with we were just started because earlier I'll talk about it because earlier my association was with the other Fucatas thing. So
But
we
dedicated
just
staff
started-
right now
We are
is
just one.
full-time. Not multitasking.
No, he has.
We do not have anybody.
You don't have
He is
anyone. I think
sponsored.
that's if you really want to make progress, I think
You have to have local
you need to
staff.
have some resource.
I think that is what I think we can talk about, and I think we brought out this. So these are our challenges, and
And I didn't see that in your weakness.
which one?
The
Alumni.
No,
challenge is,
You see the very first point.
No, that's involvement, but you have resource issue.
Yeah, obviously, the involvement also includes.
No, you don't have dedicated staff. I really want to make that point strong. I think you don't have
Yeah.
dedicated staff. If you don't have it, multitasking is not going to do it.
You're absolutely correct. You need bodies who have focus, who can do their job and go out, be the ambassadors for, hey, we bring in quality students, we bring in the industry relationships. You go to Coca-Cola, you have Coca-Cola India and other guys. These guys need to be listening to them and engaging with the folks from research who are at these various companies and telling them about all the initiatives you're making. And people, and unless you do it full time, you're not going to get it.
One thing I'm going to say,
See,
tomorrow
another
8
thing
to
I would
10:30,
like to point
that's
out
all
is,
we are going to talk about.
As engineers, I mean, you look at the weaknesses, but then you look at the weaknesses and see how you can make it into a strength. So
Yeah,
think outside the box and see how you can make it.
See,
as a
let me
strength.
tell you, I think as far as alumni part is concerned, we tried it UITT, we had a completely, we outsourced it. They fetched data from the social media and everywhere, I think we had them for a year, and the ticket, we had that. And I think they worked a little bit, but we cannot continue beyond the limit because ultimately if we do not generate money, and we also need to have some flexibility in spending that money also, though, because at that time we could not do that. But it really helped. But now I think we have it, that is a contractual faculty, but full time, dedicated for this and having a good background of IT and management. So he's looking after that, managing lots of activities in the alumni, and maybe
How
I
much
think,
you're paying them?
it is 1 lakh I think a month. So that's the amount that we is getting. So these are the challenges, the resources that we have, the rest of library resources. I think this is what you all know about that. So the facilities in the campus. Yes, we have the hostels,
Sometime you.
the shopping center.
Quick time. Yes.
So I think one suggestion that comes to us is that we will have one dedicated shop for the branding purpose. We already evaluated one, and we'll see that can we really replicate the model that was shown to us.
See, the other thing is, I was talking to Renu Katur yesterday. She said it's not the only shop. They have got multiple shops. They have online shops, especially they do a lot of business online during Christmas and Thanksgiving and things like that, where people buy and they're getting 25% royalties.
Actually,
I
that's
think that we need to work upon it. Or can we really offer that today royalty? Oh yes, I think that is.
Frankly, you have to give it to third party, that way
Yes.
you are not spending time.
Obviously, we cannot do that. So right now what we did was, there is one shop that we have identified where our fashion technology students, their faculty, they have put up their own stalls, their own products, so that we are selling. Yes, as far as the model that is here, so there we have the brands of Punjab University or t-shirts, the caps and everywhere. So I think that is what we need to do to tie up.
That is true. Like when we have our Alumni Association North America meeting next year, I'd like to see everybody wearing a Punjab University jacket.
See, I just talked to,
We had that during convocation. We had.
I was talking to Gaurav that
He meant
we have a blazer.
No.
We have a blazer, I think where we have this University logo. I think that is what we need to really pick in here.
but I think the idea, if I'm understanding, is alumni likes to buy stuff. If there is an online shop, you have like several thousand people who may buy branded stuff on yearly basis, which creates additional revenue.
Yeah.
And you just think 25% royalty is nothing, but if you're selling even in the local shop, selling something for $1,000, maybe you're keeping $250 out of that for your own capital investments that you can fund back into growing the university brand.
This is the idea. I think that we'll work upon it. I think this can be worked out because as the state head, I think I have a shop committee where we can take a decision. So we can definitely propose it and get it done. I think if this recommendation of this, maybe this conference, we can have few pointers.
Sure.
And if this comes, I think that can make a basis for us. And I think followed by our own input to that.
Similar to
Let's get it done.
Similar to how you did Alumni Lounge by cutting all the red tape, right? Because it got funded externally through alumni dollars. You could also think of this alumni shop funded through alumni funds, which perhaps is creating additional funds for alumni type engagement activities.
Easily we can start.
You don't need to have like
as soon as possible.
you could do it with ties with Amazon, etc.
Yeah.
So you pay a little bit to them, and you
Correct.
whoever I can go there. I was actually thinking of bringing something, and you probably need a 2-week turnaround. Again, you might be no excuses on my part. But you can do this very quickly. Within 2 weeks, you could get a D-set shirt or a photo shirt, whatever design you want, and.
We will do
Yeah,
it.
we
I
can
think
do
various
this. We are very
cultural
close to
events,
Indiana.
students
We
get
can
it
just
done.
tie up with any
They,
vendor
have
and
to
get it
come
done.
up with certain designs and logos, your names, everything. That's not a big issue. Yes, the only issue is, like we saw that yesterday, Nike, they were having some T-shirt of Nike along with that.
All
introduced it.
brands were there. All
So yes, the
brands
brands
were
has to be there because students are brand conscious also. So if,
we can deal with them.
yeah.
Sir, I have a first-hand experience of doing this when I was in DCT in 2012. And I was not part of the pre-conference, so I'm just assuming things here. But I sold 150 T-shirts branded for DCET
Yeah.
with Panjab University logo on it in the campus, and I made 1,600 rupees at that time, which was big for me at the time. Not that big. My pocket money was 5,000 rupees. But I sold 150 T-shirts in 2 months, not just to the students but to the alumni as well, online as well.
Can
So
we make you in charge and all?
I'm afraid because I didn't do that through official channels. That was my personal. I kept the T-shirts in my room. BH3 का room आपने सबने देखा. I kept the T-shirts in my room and
But
sold
like
from there.
somebody
No,
told
we
me
will,
online.
see, the point is, yes, there are department specific and university
We do that
specific.
every year.
So I think university specific
Every year
will take
somebody-
Why stop at
department specific,
150?
individual department can say, because sometimes people will like to have
It
their
was
own
tough
DCT
for me to
and something like
select
that.
150 at that time.
Punjab University
Plan, you
obviously
can do
part of the
1,500,
database.
eh?
So I just
Send me
had a
everything.
quick question.
I'd
So,
like to suggest to you, I mean, we just established the DCT North American Alumni Association. I think unless you already have, I mean, we do North American as well. And some of those people like Puneet and others that should be on the board here.
I think that I think for
We started with the
flexibility
chapters,
in,
actually we started with, when I was there as a dean, we started with some chapters. But they were not not very functional chapters. There are chapters, but not very functional, like this is a statutory body made here, you have an account and you have people here. It was not like that.
You need to have it professionally run around.
I think somebody, I think we just need to see, the issue is that we have this executive council, so there are people we can have from, alumni also. We need those volunteers which they were talking about. So that is also important for getting feedback, and I think we also need to be realistic with an orchestrate whatever we can do. So but some ideas should come and where we can really work upon. So this is what I think is open. If somebody of you can also be part of that the executive council or members of our alumni associations in particular, but decision making, and that is going to really help us. This is how we engage. I think that is what is the purpose over here. So I think this is the alumni. I think there are 2-3 slides I kept nicely one. You can see the Hargovind Khurana, the old laureates. Then you can see various persons like Bethel, then K.C. Kohli, then Dr. Manmohan Singh, Dr. Kumar Gujral, and all alumnus that we have. In fact, Anjuba, I think I could not have this gold Olympic.
Yeah, I see
Abhinav
you
Bindra?
No, it's Neeraj Chopra only.
Oh,
I think that-
Javelin or?
No, what do you remember? No.
Javelin throw wari hai.
Abhi just
Neeraj Chopra है ना? Neeraj Chopra.
Neeraj Chopra. This year I think Paris Olympic.
ये चोपड़ा तो है। इस साल तो ब्रॉन्ज मिला है ना, 2 ब्रॉन्ज मिले हैं।
Anyway, Olympic medal 2 लोगों को मिला
ये
है.
भी पुरानी स्लाइड है, इसलिए नहीं है।
So I think there was second slide. I intentionally cut it because I thought there was a large number of these. So she is also. So thank you so much. There are other points that I can make some concluding remark tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about it and action plans and timelines.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to talk about that. And I guess, thank you. I guess we are coming to the tail end and we have saved the best for the last. Dr. Rupama Sharma.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sure it's our part 10.
No, You're okay?
We just delay ourselves.
Yeah.
We can go for dinner at 6:30.
Yeah. Okay.
You can go until 11 o'clock if you want.
No. One thing I want to remind everybody, tomorrow we meet here 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
And only thing I want to say, I didn't realize that everybody will be so prepared, their slides and everything. And nice, thank you Puneet, thank you Sandeep, that you people have done such a hard work. And then everybody else so involved in it. Hope we learn something and we can improve.
The other thing I wanted to mention, people who are going to be staying here tomorrow, I have held a reception at my residence tomorrow evening. All those registered and their spouses are welcome to attend at 6:30 tomorrow evening. And if you do not know the address, I can give it to you, or cousin can give it to you. You can write it down, 11725 Hillcrest Road, not too far away from here, about 5 miles. So please, we'd like to see you there.
Thank you very much. Anupamaji.
All yours.
So I'm the last speaker.
And we gotta do a group picture.
I-
You know, at the end, we have to do a group
The
picture.
topic given to me is leading DCT through a transformational change. So I hope I'm able to bring some transformation at DCET. So the structure of presentation is, I'll give a brief about what, because the things have changed since you have passed from DCET. And then what are the challenges faced by us now? We have been discussing these challenges since last 2 days, and then whenever we meet, we always discuss about the challenges. And then what is the way ahead, and what little we are doing, like since I have taken over, because we have to fix a starting point, like, and then only we can find what changes we have made. So since 2023, I took over from 1st October 2023, and little bit changes we have tried to do. So I discussed that, and with your inputs, what more we can do. So the vision is very clear, as Mr. Couture yesterday talked about. We should have a compelling vision. So we have a vision to achieve national and international recognition in the field of chemical engineering and allied fields, fulfilling the Panjab University's proud heritage through excellence in teaching, research and service. And we have mission statement like we develop human resources in chemical engineering, food technology and allied areas with technical research and personality development and significant contribution to this improving the quality of life. Actually, this is also a part of, because we have gone for accreditation in 2023. So, 2022. So that was a part of the accreditation process also. And we have grown since 1958. We came to this campus with only 30 students. Now we are about 900 students, with number of courses started during this journey. We started with only bachelor's in chemical engineering, we started with master's in chemical engineering, master's in polymers, bachelor's in food technology, bachelor's in chemical and MBA, and then master's in chemical with environment, and master's in food technology when we got this technical education quality improvement program grant. And we have got two phases of this grant. First phase we got 10 crores, and in the second phase we got 7.5 crores. There were a lot of hurdles and there were a lot of people talking about it, but it's like, because I have been the coordinator for both of these programs and really struggled hard to get this money and to spend this money also. So I can assure you, there was like, people may talk about anything ill about the department, but we have really, because the equipments were bought when the department was instituted in 1958. So what do you think? Those equipments are still working? They are not working. All the experiments the students are working on were procured during TechEd, with these 2 phases of TechEd plant. So we have upgraded all our laboratories, and like if you see the faculty H index, we are doing excellent, the chemical engineering doing excellent in research, it is not only because equipments which were procured in 1958, it was because of a consistent efforts by the faculty who have got the research grant from DST, from other funding agencies, and the research equipments which were brought under DECT. Yes, sir.
Question. I guess it sounds confusing when you say we have upgraded all the equipment in the lab, and then I hear, hey, we have the old equipment, we don't know what to do.
See, I told you, like, these funding agencies, they give grant for
No, I
buying the
understand that,
equipments.
but
Yeah.
if you have upgraded all the equipment, why are you keeping the old equipment?
I'll tell you, for example, unit operations lab.
Right.
Initially, it was designed like we were working in industry. So we had a big boiler, we have all those steam pipelines and the heat exchangers and evaporators, big size evaporators. But like as the department grew, the number of students grew, but the grant which we were getting from the university was for the same. So under TechIP, we bought small modular models. They are not as big as the one which were used earlier. They are small modular units. So those equipments are still relevant. Like the old ones, they are not discarded. We have kept them as such, but still we are using those modular units, which are small modular units.
But that's dead
So-
space. I mean, if you are not using that old equipment, that's just real estate, that's
But those
dead.
equipments like, we talked about the boiler. In the small modular units, we didn't have any boiler, this small electrical boiler, which we can demonstrate to students, like the equipment is working like this. But if we want to give them feel of industry, which was earlier when we were students, we need to upgrade and we need to restart those equipments, because like he showed you some pictures about those evaporators.
Right.
So if we try to run those evaporators in today, so they'll be costing too much. So that grant we do not have. Like if you want to show the students the pilot scale equipments or a bigger scale equipments, the grant is not there. What we have procured during TechIP, it is those modular small units where we can work, we can show the students with the limited constraints of money, the grants we have now.
But in that case, Anupamaji, I think it is better to send the students to the industry and see the real plant and the real equipment. Because
It is possible to send the students to industry during the summer internship or during the internship which is prescribed in the syllabus now we have for 6 months training. It is not possible to send the students to industry for their regular experiments.
Sure, look, I agree. You can't do that. But if they do the regular study in the lab with the modular units, which are small units, like the pilots are trained on a simulator. Okay, it is not an actual plane, but it simulates it. And simulators are so good these days. So we can do something similar, okay, and when the turn of the students come to the actual industry, they can see the real thing in action actually on site. So, but Kamlesh's point is that we are blocking the good real estate with this old equipment, which is not usable. And you can't fix it because you don't have the grant.
So those cannot be, they can be used as models, we need not discard them, just throw them out. Like if you see those settlers, screw conveyors, so I don't think those should be discarded. They can be shown if they are in little working conditions, although they cannot be used for regular experiments. But it's still like spray dryer with the help of one of the alumni, who is a POP in our department nowadays. He has helped us to run the spray dryer. So I'm not saying that we run regular experiments on that, but at least we can show the students if it's spray dryer in the working condition in the department, we can show the students how it is working. So some students have the first-hand knowledge of that equipments in the department.
It is your judgment call, basically. That's what it is.
Yeah,
And,
because I mean, you can never finish, hey, there's equipment bigger than what your units are. You know, they'll be 10 times bigger. So that doesn't mean I have to have them in the lab.
Yeah.
So it's a judgment call.
Yeah.
We will keep arguing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So are we having regular plant visit for third year of planning?
Not many,
Not-
not many.
Which
Used to
used to
have.
be
We
regular.
used to have, but since like there's always like when we had the second plant, we used to have like there were a lot of money at that time till 2018. We had a lot of money before the COVID year, 2019. So we had a lot of students training, we had gate training for the students. We did a lot of activities and we have faculty training, staff training. But since then, there's always the resource crunch. So we never had after, because the university, there's a small amount allocated by the university for these for these industrial trips. And I know it's very ridiculous, but they say that the money is limited to say 7 or 10 rupees a kilometer for the bus. So you won't get, neither you can spend the money, nor you can, it just goes waste every year. So that kind of problems, we can't like go on telling the disease problems everywhere, but we know that it's not possible.
But the people who allocate those kind of funds, and they know it is
They
it's not
had allocated
practical.
probably 20 years ago,
Huh.
and they don't
Look at them again.
rethink on those allocations.
Inflation index.
Okay.
So we have grown in number over years, and now we have these courses with like probably when you were students there are 30, 40 seats. Now we have grown to 95 seats. These NNN seats are there, but we have hardly 1 or 2 students coming for chemical engineering.
So I think this came up when Arun was presenting number of teachers. So if you're increasing seats, is there any requirements in the system with teacher to student ratio or facilities?
I'll come to that.
Okay.
I'll come to that. So this is the status of the faculty and the staff. We have 10 professors where the sanctioned we require is 18, and 18 was like the sanctioned strength. The requirement is the ratio which we require student to faculty ratio is 15:1. That is the ideal ratio, and maximum we can go up to 25. And for last 3 years the ratio was 28. So that is the reason we were really struggling for the accreditation. So we requested, and Arunji was like kind enough to sponsor 6 professors of practice from that alumni grant he gave. So at least, so that this year, we employed them last year in August. So they were counted this year, so the average came out to be 24.55. So at least we were eligible for accreditations.
Yeah, and just so that I understand, when you say sanctioned, does it mean that approved by university from budget standpoint?
Yeah.
And the middle column 23-24 is actual count as it
Actual
exists.
yes.
So what's like 10 versus 18? Looks like we have half the capacity, budgets
We
available.
are like we are less than half. We have 44 sanctioned, and at present we are only 20 faculty members, including 1 contractual.
So we are not able to hire faculty?
The last hiring took place in 2012. So after that, we had no recruitments, and
Because?
like people are retiring.
Why is
And
that?
No, but if it is sanctioned,
There is
why are we
some,
not, why wouldn't we hire, right?
4 been already approved.
5 have been approved.
So why are we
So
not
three
hiring?
will be probably this month or next month. The interviews should take place for 3 faculty members. For 2 food technology staff, food technology faculty, there are certain issues because the ad which was not there was some problem with the ad. So though that will take time, but 3 faculty members will be recruited. I hope they will be recruited in
You say
this
problem
month.
with the ads, I mean, what is the problem?
Actually, the UGC says Masters of Food Technology, Masters of Food Technology oblique Engineering. So now people are smart, the universities are smart. They have started course in MSc in Food Technology. So those students got eligible for, although they are not, they should not be, because it's an engineering program. The masters in science students are not eligible for that. So that way, those two posts we have to re-advertise. So those we cannot take
How long is
those.
that gonna take? How long is it gonna delay you?
I can't say, I can't, because seeing how the university functions is. very
We're talking
important.
months, years?
Probably months.
One follow-up, but before listening to your question, student to teacher ratio, 20 professors or excluding the guest lecturers, 400 students, so you roughly have 20 students per teacher, which is actually a damn good ratio from Indian standards, which is a marketing point
It's
for
not
us.
only for chemical.
Yeah.
When they count the student faculty ratio, they take all the courses you are running in the, and not the admitted students. It is the sanctioned students, all courses in the department, all faculty, so they divide that. So that's why the ratio was 28 point something last year. So it came to 22, and the average for 3 years it came to 24.56.
Is good. So just to drive home the previous question, you're approved for 44, it's sanctioned, you have the funds. So does that mean, I'm just asking the question, that those funds are available for other things, and are those funds being used for other things at the present time? If they're approved for, you're approved for 44 faculty using 20, that means those funds are available to you, but
No.
they'll be used for something else?
No.
So that means you are being given the,
The calendar says that you have 44 posts.
Okay.
It's not that the allocation has been done for, the budget allocation has been done for this.
So
So
Nupam,
use it or lose it, kind of. Okay. So you're not using it.
whether you will share some budget details as well, I mean now, I mean, do you have any information related to that?
I can share it tomorrow because I can take it from the website. because it's
Yeah, I want to
on the
understand, I
website.
mean, where we are falling short of, I mean, funds or whatever it is, I mean. Just right now, you mentioned that something about 20 crores are allocated. I mean,
That's the total, maximum
how
budget
is-
goes for the salary actually,
that goes to salary.
salary. The salary component constitutes a maximum budget.
So is that more than 50%?
Yeah, more than 50%.
Oh,
So when you get
so that's
sanctioned,
20 people you're talking about, 20 faculty members, or does that include the guest faculty?
Everything.
Yeah, include the guest faculty too.